Hi everyone, welcome back as we welcome fall in our home. I'd like to show you some of the fun old things that I've thrifted many years ago and hung on to because I like them so much. These old Hong Kong plastic door decorations, or often they could have been used for table decorations too, are just so cute. Irresistible. I've had this one for a very long time and I've chosen to put it on the door. They are probably 60s from Hong Kong. Over here I changed my picture in the front entrance to an artsy, woodsy scene with birch trees, but it has turquoise in it, and I was happy to find that on the internet and printed it out. It's a 13 by 19 size picture, as I had mentioned in my Easter video. I showed you that big rabbit. And the reason why I wanted the turquoise in it is because of this crazy mirror again that I embellished, and there's a couple of turquoise flowers up there. I would like to show you next a collection that I've been adding to whenever I find one. These are miniature vases. I just love the splatter or drip glaze on them. I'll try to keep my hand out of the mirror there. Might be a little tricky. Sorry for making it a little jiggly there. That was my changing my hand position. So I change them now and then for different times a year if I want something else. But I decided to leave the turquoise one in there because, again, of the little bit of turquoise flowers up above. I thought you'd kind of get a kick out of that one. Little chunkier. I am actually using little tiny silk flowers. I also added in a couple of old necklaces for you to see that are very fun. And there's the old umbrella that I had shown in our metal furniture and shelvings video, and a purse that was from my pink bedroom video. I like to change the purses down here just to have something fun to look at. And I found this old bark cloth tie that I just thought was so crazy. It's very possible that somebody made it. It didn't have a label inside, but it is definitely bark cloth. This is a button necklace. These are probably Hong Kong. That was a pretty popular thing. This purse is made in Italy. Very fun purse. I have several that look like this, like discs put together. So that's what the rest of the front entrance looks like. On this side, I do have more to show you. On the other side, past the dresser, those two pictures over there on my left, we'll go look at those. I used the brand new, very tall Amberina vase that we had thrifted for only $7 from an antique shop just a month ago or so, and added 4 others that I had already had stored in our basement in a low window we have, long window. I store all my stretch vases there and take green ones out sometimes when I want them, and so I think this worked out well. I added 2 very old brass candle holders that I've had for many years. I thrifted them. They were so cheap. I was finding such wonderful old brass candle holders that you will see around Christmas time. I will take out all the really neat dear brass candle holders that I find, and you just don't find them anymore. But anyways, I just thrifted the gold. You call those votives. Yes, diamond cut gold votives on top of those old brass candle holders. I think they're kind of mod, and that's what I like. I don't use flowers or leaves in, you know, like silk leaves, things like that anymore. I used to have mums all over the house in the fall. I think they're so gorgeous, but now I just put them outside. So I'm buying berries and sticks and very simple things like that to try to stay a little more modern looking. So I want to show you up close the brass leaves that I found just a month ago in an antique shop for only $6. They are vintage wall hangings, and so are the spiky brass things that I also thrifted from the Goodwill last year. The brass leaves have a ring on the back. I know there's a lot of orange here. It might be hard to make out the leaf that well. It is varied in color. I don't know what they do to brass to make it darker here and there, but it is shaded. So I found 3 of those, and like I said, they do have a metal ring on the back that you can hang them on the wall, and it's the same with those spiky things, but I just like them more on the tables instead of up on the wall. These pumpkins, one on each end, were thrifted last year. I just love the high gloss. I look every year, this time of year, for pumpkins, ceramic pumpkins. So it's very nice to be able to get them so cheap, and especially if you go on senior day and you get your discount. So those votives, I picked up quite a few of them from the family pathways that we go to. So I got some green ones, olive green, and those gold ones, really cheap, like they're either 50 cents or 75 cents each. So that's what the buffet looks like this year. I love the berries. Don't know if I told you that those are just 2 stems, one in each vase, that were from Hobby Lobby, yeah. And they were 40% off. I just love them. I want to show you 2 really crazy old pictures that we found. I spotted them in the Salvation Army. These are very, very inexpensive pictures from a long time ago. Michael has signed both of these, and I couldn't believe how timely they were to find them with fall gourds, and instead of mums, these kind of look like very spiky dahlias to me, but I'm not sure with those leaves. I don't grow dahlias, but there's falling leaves on this one, and let me tell you before I go to the other one, they have metal frames, and this is just plastic. Can you believe it? It is 3-dimensional plastic. So I just wiped them down carefully with a furniture waxing cloth, like a pledge cloth, to shine them up. I'm having a little trouble getting them to hang straight because the hook in the back is not real perfect. Here is the pine bough, pine cones. I didn't get around to mentioning that they do have metallic gold accents on these pictures, which makes them nicer to me. And the best part, they were $1.99 each. Isn't that amazing? So I am really going to enjoy them for the month of September, just for our fall decor. Here's a view from standing on one step up to our upper floors. The living room is one step down, but I thought you might want to see the fall decor from a distance. Lots of warm colors with black and white. You can see how high our ceiling is. So I will show you around to a lot of different mid-century modern things that I found thrifting and some at antique stores. This is a large painting that I did way back in 1985. I was enjoying painting things at that time, and I really did not like oil paints. I just used acrylic, so I had to work very fast in order to do the blending in the back. It was not easy. But I had found this little 1-inch square picture of owls that look like this, and I thought I could do that and make it into a large painting. I think you might have run across it if you've ever looked for retro owl pictures. They are pretty well known. In my opinion, I've seen them on Pinterest several times. There's also an olive green one that the artist had done too. I like them all, and I did change it, and the tails are a little longer, and I elaborated on the eyes. I thought it would be fun to make the eyes a little crazier. This I found at a Salvation Army just last month. It was only $1.99. It was extremely dusty inside, so they must not have used that for a long time. So I washed it up good and put some white beans in there and a succulent from Hobby Lobby. And I think that succulent was on sale too. I'm always looking for sales, but I thought that was just the weirdest shaped planter. But you know I like splatter ceramics from the 70s. And my brother gave me these really cute, heavy ceramic quail. They are very, very cute. I don't know if you can see a texture on them. This vase I had showed you in a thrift haul. It was only $7 from an antique shop in Hastings, Minnesota. And this I found possibly an antique shop, I'm not sure, but I thought it was very fun. Fall colors again. I have very old plastic ferns in there in gold tone, and these are silk lanterns, Chinese lanterns, but a lot of stick in there. I like sticks. I like very, very light things in vases and not silk flowers so much anymore, as I had mentioned. So those were fun. Fun things to have out here. Oh, and the pumpkin is thrifted too. That's very splatter looking, so that went well. Up here is a wonderful new old clock that Norm took all apart and spray painted all the black parts, and he took the brass knobs there and used Brasso on them and got them clean, and I cleaned the face of the clock and the glass for him. He put it all together again. It was running when we bought it. It was originally $36 in an antique shop in Hopkins, Minnesota called the Pink Elephant, one of our favorite retro shops here in the Twin Cities. And it was half price. So the gal was moving out of her booth or possibly leaving the antique shop, we don't know, but I had been eyeing this clock for at least a year. I saw it in her booth for $36 and I really wanted it, but Norm wasn't all that crazy about it. But when it was $18, half price, he thought that was fine, so he let me get it, and I really like it. It is very difficult. At this angle, you're getting a very weird sense of the shape of it, but it is absolutely square. Diamond, a square diamond. But I really think it's fun. I hope you do too. On the other side of Norm's chair is a new rack. We liked it better than one we have very similar, because this one had a gold ring on each side, or brass, I'd say gold tone. And the edges of our other one, the corners, they weren't rounded like this. They were sharp, put together, cut off ends. So they were a little sharper, and it works really, really well to put I've had these old thick plastic placemats for many years, and I just happen to have two of them with fall leaves on it and one with a different pattern, same colors for the top. So that worked really well. This was only $20 in an antique shop. Over here on my telephone rack, I have a very large California swan, and you have not seen this yet. It is in swirled browns and tans. I want to show you the gold on it and a little more of the detailed and the swirling of the colors. Because it's this fall color, I don't have it out any other time of year. It's quite large. The lamp is new. We thought it was pretty fun. It was found at an antique shop, and the gentleman came down in price for us. We thought we got a deal. It is a planter and panther. I don't know how great you are going to be able to see. It's just all black, so there's really no details other than that. I put some of the white beans again in the back after cleaning it thoroughly, and some more of the plastic fern. But we thought it was very, very fun. It's a lower lamp, probably from the, I don't know, do you think 50s or 60s? I'm just not sure about some of these. Probably 60s, but look at that crazy lampshade. I turned the light on. I thought it would light up the panther better, but it's not real easy to photograph against our living room windows. But we think this is very fun. It's all been washed up. The owner of the antique shop, Ron, he said that he put a new cloth cord on it too, so that was an extra bonus. His shop in St. Paul, Minnesota is called Old Stuff. Very nice guy. Over here is some thrifted glassware and a swirled pumpkin glass, art glass pumpkin. I really like those. I do find them in thrift stores, but boy, they still want quite a bit for the art glass pumpkins, and that's a fairy lamp. Or I guess some people might call them an angel lamp, angel light. And over here, similar, I found this beautiful art glass vase. I don't know if that's considered art glass or pressed glass, but the neatest pattern on it, so textured. And another art glass pumpkin. Up here on both sides of these painted green wall sconces, reticulated metal, I had orange birds on them in a couple of videos that you've seen, but this one is a tan, creamy tan color. Lots of gold on him. Don't know what kind of bird it is, but they're very crazy, and they do have a very long curled tail. Lots of nice gold on them. These actually fit sideways too. So I could have had him looking out at us and his tail on the other side. It fits just fine. A lot of these bird pairs, their base is too big and I can't fit them on these sconces. But I could the orange pair, and I can these, and I have a cream colored pair that will fit too. So these are on both sides of the window. So for fall, I am using the two long-tailed birds that were on the sconces previously. Now this vase is really, really unusual. I was really excited. I just love the colors. It is lusterware for one thing, but it sure has a lot of patterns on it. It has things on it that I hardly realized until I got it home. I think it was $14.99 in an antique shop. And I found it had a bird that looks like hanging down wings, and the bird's head there. And over here, I hope I can stay out of the picture enough to not be distracting you too much, is a old man's face with a long beard. I hope you can make that out. And way up here, I think the whole top is a bird. You see the foot sticking out below, and the whole top edge looks like wings, and you can see his face and beak. At least that's what I'm assuming. It's very crazy, I know. And I forget what you call these vases. I did know at one time, and I even tried really hard to find this on the internet, and I couldn't find anything. But I was very, very happy to find that for $14.99. It's very big. So I love it. And I just put sticks and berries in it to try to keep it simple. Here's the other side with the same flowers, same vase, same pumpkin. I love to be balanced. That white horse is thrifted from Goodwill, as is the egret. And I wanted to show you, next to a little orange radio that may have been down here for spring, kind of a lighter golden orange, is this horse. I know nothing about it. I found it, I believe, at the Goodwill. It's extremely smooth. It's not a true black. There are no markings on it. I love the shape of it, and Norm does too. I just can't tell what it's made out of. Sometimes it feels like glass, sometimes it feels like metal. I wish I knew more about it. If you've ever seen anything like this, I would love your opinion. Sure like the shape of it. So that is what's over here. I have added 2 more pairs of horse bookends in black that you have not seen yet. These are big and they're pretty more, detail with the mane compared to some of the other ones that are quite simple on the other side. These are Art Deco, and I've always liked them. I may have had those in my spring video, living room video. This is the other pair that I said were Abingdon potteries. So they are a little smaller than these up here. These are much bigger, and I really don't know who made those. I wanted to show you a very, very heavy pottery squirrel vase. I bought this many years ago, and he has a lot of gold on him, metallic gold. His eyes are just metallic gold. I think they're kind of spooky. But he's fun to put out for the fall. On our big round coffee table, I have a thrifted little leaf dish and pumpkin. The pumpkin is newer, but the dish is vintage. And this is the strangest bird that I kind of fell for. I don't know anything about him, no markings, but he's very, very odd. Very simple, artsy. I wish he didn't have that little flaw on his foot, but I still like him. Can't even tell you what kind of bird it is, but I think he's pretty cool. I brought some of our craziest pillows down and a zigzag Afghan that I made in the 70s. My very first Afghan. Can you believe I still have it? That's pretty crazy, isn't it? I have ones that my mother made, like a granny square one, and another one that she made that's very nice too. Yep, I hung on to this. I really like the center pillow. It is knit. I only paid a few dollars for it in a thrift store years ago. And Norm thought I was crazy. It's so soft that when you set it on the couch, it kind of flattens a little bit on the bottom. It's quite soft. But what a neat design. It is richer colors than it's showing up, unfortunately. There's a funny little button one, but This is knit too. I really like this one also, but it has a very firm foam insert. The pillow is firm enough that it keeps its shape just perfectly, but that one is so funny. And this one you've seen, corduroy, and this one is, I'd say that's crocheted. Very crazy. A little more peachy tones, but I thought they would be fun. On the shadow box, I added a very fancy Metlocks horse with gold on it. I'm quite a ways away, so I had to zoom in. I'm sitting on my most fun footstool. I'll show you. Here is my bright, bright pumpkin orange footstool. Could be looking a little peachier in this video, but it is a true orange. Very loud. It was $5 at a church sale in our neighborhood many years ago. It spends most of its time in the basement, but I just had to show you what a deal that was. I'm very happy to have that as part of our retro furniture collection. I changed the pot to a louder gold and bright yellow instead of an orange one that I had in there for spring, and put the those are, I believe, Japanese maple leaves. That's what they look like to me. Put those in there, and just wanted to show you, I put a few of the hobnail little stretch bud vases together. I just happen to have those three colors. I put a couple of gold thrifted items in my California Pottery console bowl on my piano. And over here, these were both thrifted items. That is a Mercury owl that lights up, and a black pumpkin with a gold stem on it. So that is my fall decor. Looks kind of Halloweenish, doesn't it? But it's not spooky, really. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I thank you so much for watching our videos and commenting, and especially subscribing too. We really appreciate your support. Have a great day. Bye now.